From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Well, of course, 2 days from now, we're going to be looking at the Reading Rodeo. The first event will be on Wednesday. Tickets are still available. If you want to make sure that you can get tickets, if you're a big fan, you got to make sure you get to readingrodeo.com and buy your tickets today. Because before you know it, we're going to be getting more and more of those sold out tickets here. Box office, you can call it 530-241-8559. Well, the 90s, they've made their way here. We saw them late last week, this weekend, and they're going to stick around for the rest of the week. But we're also going to see the potential for some triple-digit heat. All right, so it's warming up, and it may feel like summer's here. But here's the good news that is, I'm expecting temperatures to drop, and drop significantly as we go into the weekend and going into next week as well, getting closer to normal, at least for this time of the year. Now, the normal in the valley, low 80s. Now, I think we'll probably stay just above that, but at least we're going to see our temperatures getting closer to that. So, yes, it's warming up. We got that warm weather, but we're going to see temperatures drop again. But it's, again, there you can see here for tomorrow, it's getting in the mid to even upper 90s for the valley tomorrow. Trinity County in the low 90s, and in the mountains mainly in the 80s. For the north coast, it's beginning to warm up there as well. I'm actually expecting to see little less in the way of that fog and cloud cover for many of us along the coast. So, taking to tomorrow morning, still some fog around the Humboldt Bay region, but North Humboldt, it head into Del Norte County, Southern Humboldt County, looks like the fog is gone. And as we go into the afternoon, all right, so we take you into the afternoon, we're still seeing some of that fog kind of lingering around, but I think many areas, even for parts of Humboldt County, will see some of that clearing, but more sunshine for places like Crescent City and not to mention Southern Humboldt. Now, we're still seeing some clouds off to the east. See a few specks here of some showers. Yeah, maybe a stray sprinkle or light shower for parts of Plumas southward, right? But otherwise, it's going to be dry for Tuesday, even for most of the eastern mountains as well. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. All right, now we're going to take you into Wednesday. We're going to Wednesday morning. Look at that, fog-free along the coast. We're going to see some of that fog try to creep its way back towards the Eureka area again for Wednesday afternoon. But again, most of us still seeing those clearing skies along the coast, where we're going to be looking at those warmer temperatures as well, and not to mention dry conditions elsewhere. All right, so we're getting that taste of summer. We talked about this last week. We're going to be talking about it again this week as well. This ridge that we're seeing here, this is a dome or a bubble of heat. As that bubble of heat moves closer to us, what happens? Well, our temperatures begin to increase. Now, here's the thing. That dome of heat, it's hottest right here. It's not over us completely, but it's still going to give us a big increase in our temperatures, upwards of 100 degrees for some of the warmer spots in the valley. All right, that's for Wednesday, that's the peak. But look at these storm systems up to our north. What's going to happen is we're going to see this energy just continue to ride over that ridge. See how it flattens? That eventually, as it flattens it even more, it pushes that heat to the south and west as we get toward the end of this week and this upcoming weekend. As a result, our temperatures drop. Now, the cooler air is actually not going to continue to really make it all the way southward. But the main role of these storm systems will be to push that heat back down to the south and west, and as a result, our temperatures begin to drop. And then that's something I think a lot of people are looking forward to. Yes, the heat's going up, but we are going to see a nice dip in our temperatures, especially by the weekend. Here's your wave heights going into into tomorrow afternoon. You can see there's not much change there. As we go into Wednesday afternoon, we actually may begin to see them increase just a tad. So we look at the marine forecast. Notice the winds are pretty strong out of the north at about 15 to 25 knots. There is still a small fretch advisory, but by Wednesday, that'll most likely be upgraded to a gale warning. So again, these are some things you have to watch for if you do need to be on a small boat. Here's what it looks like tonight. I mean, with the warmer temperatures during the daytime, we're also seeing warmer temperatures overnight. I mean, we're steering clear mostly for the higher elevations of the 30s. We're going to be mainly in the 40s. They're going to see low 60s here for most of us in the valley, and looks like mid to even some upper 40s along the coast tonight. All right, so here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Again, we're inching closer and closer to that 90-degree mark for many of us. In fact, many of us even exceeding it, around 92 for Douglas City, 90 out in Weaverville. We take you out to the north coast, central and southern Humboldt County. 65 at Shelter Cove, 87 Garberville, 89 for Alder Point, and there's Blue Lake with a high of about 75. Now we take you up northward into Del Norte, northern Humboldt County. Temperatures upper 80s, low 90s inland. And there you can see we're getting warmer. I mean, McKinleyville about 68. Look at Smith River about 80, 71 degrees for Trinidad. Crescent City about 67 for your daytime high. All right, let's take a look at your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. There you can see Scott Valley, temperatures low 80s by tomorrow. And we're going to pretty much be looking at those low 80s, even some mid 80s. Places like McLeod about 85 and about 86 degrees for Dunsmuir. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast. Just dodging that 80-degree mark for your Tuesday, but you know, some of us could touch that 80-degree mark, like say for example Alturas, maybe Calpines as well. But you get the idea. It's warming up, peaking on looks like around Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then those temperatures do start to slip. All right, here's your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast. Temperatures mainly in the 80s, although places like Westwood 79, Mineral 78, 76 for Viola. But lower elevation in Shingletown, about 85, and 86 for a high in Paradise for your Tuesday. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. It's warming up out there, right? You're talking about 94 degrees for Biggs, 93 Gridley, 92 for Elk Creek, Corning about 95, Chico. Boy, you're getting close to 100 degrees by Wednesday, but not quite with a high of 99. Red Bluff, I've got you at 100 degrees for your Wednesday. But then temperatures start to drop again after that. But look at Redding, about 96 degrees for Palo Cedro, and 94 out in Lakehead. So here's your 7-day outlook. And of course, for the Redding Rodeo for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the hottest will be the first night of the rodeo. And that's 100 degrees for the daytime high. But again, of course, during the rodeo itself, when it's cooling off, once the sun sets, it does start to cool off a bit here. But what we're seeing here are temperatures just slowly dropping after Wednesday, and we're back in the 80s by Sunday and Monday.